Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, I hope you're doing well wherever you are. This is Ken the Revolutionary. By the way, before I get started, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, my name is Ken the Revolutionary. Just type it on my YouTube, and you can find me there. Subscribe, like the video, and comment. Anyway, quick point. Let's get to the point. Mada Leo. This is just a short, quick video that I wanted to share with you guys. Quick coffee. My prediction of 2027. I know a lot of people are thinking about what's going on, what's going to happen in 2027 with this whole political alignment by these top politicians, whether it's Gachagua now seemingly speaking from the same script, reading from the same script as Raila Odinga. And there's talks that maybe Raila has caught a whiff that he might not make it to the AUC seat for whatever reason. Maybe he's being played by the administration, but I doubt it because, you know, he went out there and made an official announcement along with everybody. So he probably believes he's still going to AUC. But in reality, if you were to analyze critically, I will just tell you, I don't think Raila Odinga will make it to the AUC seat. Now, let's just think of it. The main reason why I think in 2027 it will be a government of national unity. Today, if you haven't noticed, right now there's this, it seems to be there that everyone who's working for the state are speaking with one voice. You know, let's be patriotic. We are all a national Kenya. We only have one village Kenya. And I say this, if you look at how the West manipulates these nations, the sub-Saharan nations, if they want to get involved in the elections and make sure that their puppet maintains power, you see that they usually get involved in a way that kind of bring a little bit chaos during the electoral process. Then the final results always ends up with the government of national unity. I gave the example of 2007, where it was clear as day that Kibaki lost the elections, but the West, of course, backed him and intervened. We all remember Condoleezza Rice flying in, you know, telling his boys, his little minions, to get it together. And there we had it. We had a government of national unity, with Kibaki still retaining most of the decision-making positions. Now, another good example, and I want to make this short, I want to be here too long, is South Africa. Right before South Africa went to the elections, we knew, we had a lot of experts, analysts were telling us that the CIA, Americans, will be involved in the elections because they want to try to get South Africa to leave the BRIC nations. For those of you who don't know BRIC nations, these are the non-alliance countries that are not aligned with the West. I'm talking about BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So it was said that there's foreign elements through the DA party in this just concluded presidential election in South Africa, with majority of the main parties had been compromised, only leaving the Umkhonto party, which is led by Zuma, who is the true legit, was the most influence and the most support by majority of South Africans, most of them being the Black South Africans. Now, you see how they did it. There's rampant cases and evidence of rigging, okay? You've seen pictures of where you only have to go to Twitter and see how there's some places where, you know, the ballot boxes have been found in a trash can and whatever car was intercepted, and so forth, so forth. I mean, all you have to do is just do your research and see. But the aim was, the funny thing that, not only the aim, but the funny part was this. of all the evidence, obvious evidence that there was rigging with ballot papers, being trashed and all that stuff, all of the party leaders seems to have not been bothered by this. They never really called for a recount on this. The only party that called for a recount was the Umkhonto Sizwe led by Jacob Zuma. Even the EFF, who majority still, some people, especially outside of South Africa, still believe that they are a pro-Pan-Africanist party. Julius Malema came out and said, hey, listen, the results is, even if there's voting, the results will be inconsequential if we were to have a recount. So he is ready to negotiate with the ANC to have a coalition government. But Umkhonto Sizwe are saying, no, we need to have a hand recount of the ballots. The aim of the foreign people who are interfering in these elections was to do just that. Have a government of national unity. Okay, a handshake government, as we call it in Kenya. Okay, the aim is to give seats and positions to members of these other parties, but the ruling party ANC and the DA, which they want to actually include in the government, they want to make sure that those guys, the stooges, are going to undertake the Ninio of the West. Okay, the interest they are going to maintain and carry out the interest of the West. In South Africa, there's a lot of controversy about the disparity in wealth, as far as all the national resources are not really shared equally. There's no equitability, especially with ostracized or disenfranchised majority blacks, with only a few Afrikaners, the whites, who are enjoying the country's resources. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is this: these guys, the West, interfering in the South African election, were doing so, and they want to maintain power by bringing this whole idea of government of national unity, or as they call it in South Africa, the talks right now is a talk of the coalition government, where the DA already have made pact with the ANC and is causing a lot of outrage, where even the ANC members, some of them are saying, asking for Ramaphosa to quit. Now, coming back to Kenya, as I just finish up, I don't want to stay here long, I just want to make a short video. Coming back to Kenya, the scenario will be the same. Just think of it. Ruto right now is very unpopular. He is an extension of Uhuru Kenyatta, what Uhuru Kenyatta was doing during his tenure in 10 years. Now he has come in, he's doing the very thing that Uhuru was doing, borrowing some more, high taxes, high cost of living, you name it, and all these scandals of corruption. I mean, everyone that's involved in corruption in his administration is being let scot-free, with the court saying that, oh, there's not enough evidence to convict them. You know the story, okay? So come 2027, Ruto cannot win a re-election. That's just a given, okay? Now, we can see the players in place have started realigning themselves, okay? We might have a case where Rigathi Gachagua, strike a deal with Raila Odinga once Raila Odinga realizes that he won't make it in 2025 as the AUC chairperson, okay? And even if Raila goes to AUC, let's assume that Rigathi Gachagua decides to, run for presidency, and any other ODM or Azimio folks that will stand against Ruto will not win by their own merit. They're not influential enough to unseat Ruto, because I think the feeling is that Azimio is just as compromised as anybody else. So they don't see Azimio as the alternative to William Samoei Ruto. In fact, it is believed that this guy is already in government, so to speak. You saw Wandai, travel with Ruto and was cheesing it up in Washington, D.C. So these guys probably, they already have their pact with the NADCO report. So come 2027, Ruto will be very unpopular, similarly as, if you remember, Uhuru Kenyatta was not popular in 2017, and he had to have a handshake government with Raila Odinga. Same thing will happen in 2027. Ruto will not be able to get the 50+1 that's needed. So what will happen is he will get into a coalition government with the small parties, or let me just say the Azimio partners. Because if you look at Azimio, even if Azimio failed any candidate, even if it's Raila Odinga or Hassan Joho or what is his name, Ombetsa, I don't think they will have enough votes to have that, to meet the threshold of 50+1. So what is going to happen is these guys are going to sit down and have a national a coalition government, which is what this NADCO is about. And the aim is for the foreign powers that are actually going to influence these elections, their aim is to keep Ruto in power. Okay, Ruto will maintain the most powerful seats or positions where the West will still, make sure that their interest is secured, and Ruto continues with the policies which are probably drafted in Washington, D.C. or Buckingham Palace. And it will continue that way, but the majority of the Wananchi will kind of calm down after some few months of unrest, once their leaders will be, kind of absorbed into this national government, coalition government that they're going to form through this NADCO report. The leaders, the supporters, the strong supporters that will be disappointed about Ruto's, probably rigged win in 2027, will calm down once their leaders agree to this coalition government that is going to take the form of the proposed NADCO report, which will be at the ballot for the changes. So that you can have extra positions to accommodate the so-called opposition. We shall see. I've said this before. So the only thing, just in summation, the reason why I think there'll be a coalition government in 2027 is because this seems to be the modus operandi from the West, how they maintain power, maintain their puppet having reins of power, because they know their puppets are usually not popular for the policies, because of the policies that secure or work to the advantage of the interests of the West. And it's not popular with the people. But the only way to keep them there at the helm is to give the people an illusion that, they shall have their opposition be part of government and decision making. But in reality, it will be just creating position for these minions who we call the opposition. But the real power, the real decisions will still be held by Ruto. And as you know, Ruto takes his orders from Buckingham Palace and Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, thank you for listening. I hope You tell me what you think. Do you think 2027 there'll be a clear winner who will win 50+1? Or are we going to have a coalition government, something similar to what is being advocated in South Africa today? Tell me in the comments. Like, share, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. My name is Kenya Revolutionary, and I'll see you guys later. Peace and blessings.